Okay, so I'm gonna try to set us up for debugging our taxi spawns. It's not the spawning that's messing up, but it's when there's a bunch of taxis on screen, they kind of get synced and then they glitch out. They still keep their right X and Y positions, but their animation is getting messed up. So I want to do a thing where, I guess, wherever we spawn our taxi, we can say yeah, so we're spawning a taxi here, so we want to spawn 3 taxis, not based on an egg hatch, but just in general. So I guess what we can do is go to our update function. And we can just give ourselves... Actually, we don't even need an update function. We just put it right here in our init. But we're not... Okay, I got an idea. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we need this line. Okay, we need to give our taxi 1 right here these certain values so we can spawn. It's just that we don't want a jockey position for the Y. We just want, I don't know. Let's just put in 50 and see if that is spawning a taxi. I get why our audio is jacked. But we also need to take this taxi out of the graveyard. Taxis 1. That graveyard gets false so that we can actually update our position. Now, we still don't see it. Now what if we put it at 0, 0? Oopsie. We're just not seeing it. Are we rendering our taxis? Do we not have a table called taxis? Yes, we do. What's going on? So we take the taxi out of the graveyard. That should be enough to get us on screen. But then as far as rendering, we're updating and rendering the taxis if they're not in the graveyard. So what are we messing up here? As long as we take the taxi out of the graveyard, we should be able to render it. Oh no. Okay. So, taxi 1. gets an instantiation of a taxi at this location. We'll just do maybe 50. Width, height, that's not what I wanted. Okay, index 1, moving right. Is that what this last parameter is? XY, width, height, DX, index. So XY width height DX index, XY width height DX index. Okay, so yeah, it should be moving to the right. I don't get why our sound is jacked. It sounds like everything's double speed or something. I don't get why our sound is jacked up. Or why our taxi's not being rendered. What's going on? We take the taxi out of the graveyard. Just like here, when the egg is hatched, we instantiate the taxi. We take it out of the graveyard. That's what gets it. So why is the taxi not showing up? The taxi shows up fine there, but not when we want it to just happen. Now, why does this happen? Now, what if we go back to this where we had it? We assign taxi 1 to a taxi variable. Then we need to not only update this taxi 1, but render it. So we'll go here and we'll update it, and then we will render it. Now, are we getting a taxi? Yes, we are. And it's totally jacked. But the taxi is just a taxi instantiation, so why is it jacked up? X, Y, so let's say X and Y. If we do it 0, 0. Okay, positive DX, index 1. Now, the index we pass in here is outside of our global taxi table, so I guess that kind of makes sense why it's messing up. So, first of all, well, okay, so we've got the taxi, but what if instead of putting taxi into there, we say that our taxi's global table index 1 gets that instantiation, and then that instantiation dot graveyard gets false. Then are we okay? Why doesn't that work? It doesn't like, oh, taxi, we took out taxi 1. still don't have that taxi. What is going on? Why come we put it in the global table, it breaks, but if we give it an object, it's there but broken. I don't know. Because our thing is, our taxi... I'm just trying to spawn 3 freaking taxis. Why isn't it working? I don't get why it's not working. We're not doing anything different. We've got a taxi table there. We're saying taxis and our index 1. Yeah, gets a instantiation of a taxi. Take it out of the graveyard. And then we are already updating all our taxis. Actually, oh, you know what? Yeah, we need to do it right here because we kind of wiped this out. Yeah, we wiped this out. So we need to actually do it after this initialization. No, it's the dummy value initialization. This one. This is what's overriding it. So we need to put our taxi right here. And then we should be able to see it. So now we should be able to see it. God damn it. We're not able to see it. Why? I thought for sure that was it. Just had to kill some vultures to make myself feel better, I guess. Is there another time? See, this is only if the eggs hatch though, so it shouldn't. If jockey's not in the graveyard, so jockey's out and the player collides with jockey, we're sending it to the graveyard. Okay, this. I don't get it. I don't get why we can't just give ourselves a working taxi wherever we want. Well, now it's working. What the heck? I didn't change anything. Well, it's working in the sense it's there, but it's not doing anything. Because I'm trying to just spawn taxis so I can see. Why is that happening? What in our taxi class would make it so that we're always flat? We might need to spawn it. It might be a collision issue because we spawn it at the very top. So if we just go to where we take our taxi 1. Come on, dude. Yeah, what if we do this a little lower? Would that make it not mess up? No. Okay. It's just flapped. Why is it always flapped? We say taxis at 1 dot flapped. It's false. Let's save our changes this time and then run it. Bro. Taxi, taxi, taxi. Where is our needs to jump? Needs to jump. If it needs to jump, then we're flapped. If we're flapped, where are we incrementing? Yeah. So our dy is incrementing on our needs to jump. Oh, this is what it is. Okay. Okay. It has to do... Okay, so the thing is... It's hard... Because the more I tweak with... This makes sense that it's doing this. Because we coded the taxi to jump if it is beneath its corresponding jockey, but it doesn't have... Its corresponding jockey is in the graveyard, which is actually up off screen. So we need to change this, but I'm afraid when we change this, it might screw up the bug that we're trying to address. So for now, I'm going to say no longer needs to jump based on its jockey position, and that fixed it. So now we've got 1 taxi spawned. Now the question is, if we spawn more of them, can we then print out, or then can we recreate that bug that we're trying to fix? Because it's too hard to get 3 eggs popped very similar. Well, actually there is a way to do it, but let's just see. I want to say a taxi 2. And we're going to give it different value. Let's see, 2 taxis now. Cool. See, look, that's the problem. See how they're jacked up together, synced up like that? I don't get that. Okay, for now, let's get rid of our vulture spawning because that's just annoying. Where are we? Here. Take out our vulture spawns. I gotta head out soon. So once I get this looking... Basically, once I get it reliably showing the bug, I'll leave this off as a starting point for tomorrow. Okay, so I want... See how they flap? They shouldn't be flapping randomly like that. They actually shouldn't be flapping at all because their needs to jump is only false. Unless that's where the bug is, so that's what we need to print up and figure out. So I'm just gonna put... our taxis... Come on, dude. I know you've got that. Just want this one to be lower, I think. Just want it reliably messed up. So we'll just put it lower. Yeah, that's messed up. They shouldn't... That's so weird. It's because it's like when one of them is in the air, the other one gets in the air. which I don't know why that would be happening, but that's what we're trying to fix, and that's what we'll tackle tomorrow. Now that we can easily see it, we can easily print up values and then try to debug the corresponding error. I'm just gonna say spawning test taxis for debugging render error, and we'll call that a day. I just have to get going. But yeah, tomorrow we will debug that more thoroughly and see if we can't fix that and then move on. Because we're kind of in the home stretch here. We've got all of our vultures spawning, all of the tier upgrades working, all the score working. Pterodactyl is in there. Our death is working. So we basically just have the different wave systems to flesh out once we finish this last bug with our taxis.